Seated tubing rotation on a Swiss ball. The seated tubing rotation on a Swiss ball is a great rotational exercise for the core musculature. You're going to need obviously a Swiss ball and a piece of exercise tubing. You're going to take the exercise tubing and tie it off typically about waist level, okay, because remember you're going to be seated on a Swiss ball. I like to loop it around. I'm going to use my power rack here. You want to make sure that you use a stable structure, tie it off. So I loop one handle through the other one. And I'm going to take my Swiss ball and I'm going to place it slightly behind the plane of the tubing, okay? You want to make sure that your Swiss ball is large enough to allow you to kind of elevate you a little bit. You don't want to be on a tiny Swiss ball if you're too tall. All right, so make sure that your hips, ideally your thighs should be parallel to the floor in a seated position. All right, that's a good way to size a Swiss ball. The tubing, you can either use one hand or two hands, again, depending on how strong you are and the tension of the actual tubing that you're using as well. So I'm going to show you both ways, and I'm going to place my feet wider than hip width, all right, for good stability and support on the Swiss ball. This is definitely a little bit more of a challenge compared to standing upright, all right? So grab the handle and you're going to rotate through, all right? But you really want to kind of let your seat, your butt kind of rotate a little bit on the ball, all right? Make sure that you drive that inside ankle, or inside heel rather, into the floor for stability. And with two hands, that's what it looks like. It's almost like I'm swinging a bat while seated on the Swiss ball. But this is really good for the core musculature. Trunk rotators, and this is what it looks like from this position. From behind, you can see my hip action here a little bit. And you can see the angle of my inside leg.